All right, Anthony,
What's up?
what's going on?
Well, I'm sort of in mourning because baseball is getting cut after this year, and I brought in Paul Toboni to talk about it a little.
Awesome. And how long have you known Paul?
I think since you were at SI, like your last year at SI.
Yeah.
Paul Toboni, a standout from my alma mater, St. Ignatius. I don't know if he.
Cats.
I don't know if he matched my 12 points per game output my senior year. Just kidding. I'm sure Paul completely surpassed that. So Anthony, let me just ask you a side question. If you were to choose SH or SI in the Bruce Mahoney game,
Oh God.
historically speaking, not this year, who would you choose?
Do I have to?
You gotta make a choice.
It's the right choice there, Anthony.
No. Can I plead the fifth? Because I know a lot of people that go to or either go to or went to both schools.
All right, so we'll say it's a tie.
Mm-hmm.
Is that so? So maybe next time we'll have Chris Petrini come in for.
Oh great, yeah. If you can get him out of West Virginia or wherever he's playing ball these days.
I can't. You don't even know. That's so. I mean, I'll let Chris know that you don't even pay attention to where he is.
That's what Facebook's for, isn't it?
All right, so obviously we got a lot of somber athletes on campus.
Mm-hmm.
Got a lot of upset administrators, coaches, students, and student athletes, and you're one of the upset students because you have a love for baseball, Cal baseball specifically,
And Giants baseball.
and we just learned this week that unfortunately they've cut 5 sports teams.
Well, 4 if you count rugby being cut to a club sport.
All right, okay, we'll call it 4 for the sake of Anthony's Friday Corner. Now, we're trying to get some opinions. I mean, what's your opinion on the whole situation, Anthony?
Well, hopefully the baseball alumni could pony up some cash and they could save baseball, but I'm not going to hold my breath on that because if it happens, it happens, and if it doesn't, it doesn't.
Well, it looks like this is going to be the last season for Cal baseball, unfortunately. I mean, I'm obviously in your camp, and I'm hoping for a miracle, but, you know, for the sake of all these budget cuts and whatnot, it looks like it's dismal.
Oh, jeez.
So, I know you brought in your good friend Paul Toboni here to give you his own thoughts. Paul's obviously upset. I wouldn't say he's anything less than that.
I'm sure all you guys are upset because I've seen a couple of guys in my dorm room and somebody told me like the alumni are getting together and they might try and save it, but I don't know.
You heard anything about alumni coming through to rally, Paul?
Yeah, there actually is a thing, I think, sometime this next week. I don't know if it's really going to mean anything or not, but the other thing is I don't know if the problem is just money. I think if the problem was just money, it would, been over a while ago and they would have chose not to cut it, so I don't know.
I think there's a lot of different elements from what I've heard. One of the elements is obviously taking the school and the athletic department and putting them into a sort of a Title IX category that has an equal amount of men and women's teams, and then there's obviously the facet of success on the athletic field versus expenses towards those teams. Nobody wants to hear, hey, you're not worth it because you haven't won anything or anything like that. But, it's that what happens when it gets to the chopping block is they start looking at all the different elements of whether or not teams have been successful, how much revenue they can produce, how much it costs the university per student to, support them financially. And obviously that's just a piece of the puzzle. That's 2 or 3 of like a series of about 7 or 8 pieces. So if it was the money, obviously we'd have the alums stepping in and paying for stuff, but I think it's more than just a quick fix. It's like how much does this cost every year for, the next 10 years, Anthony, what do you think about that?
I just feel bad for everybody involved because, like more so for baseball because, I've known a whole bunch of the guys who came through here since they were freshmen, and if you look at gymnastics and lacrosse, I have a couple of friends who just graduated and they were, one was a gymnast and one played lacrosse, and it doesn't affect them at all, but I just feel real bad because of that, and I don't know too many guys on the rugby team, but I know, how successful rugby's been since I've been here.
I think something like 26 of the last 31 national championships have been rugby. But Paul, specific question for you. You know, you're a junior here, right?
Yeah.
Athletically, did you redshirt at all?
I redshirted and medical redshirted.
Whoa! So
Wow.
you're like a freshman.
Yeah.
Third-year freshman.
Yep.
Now, for the guys on the team, maybe not in your case, who are juniors, who potentially could go pro, or junior year is the baseball year to try to go pro. Do you think that it's still to their, it's advantageous for them to stay and try to finish out a season as a junior at Cal, or do you think they're thinking, I need to go somewhere else where I potentially could have a senior year if it didn't work out?
I think there's kind of two separate groups. It's
Okay.
the guys that are pretty much shoo-ins to be drafted, and them, they obviously got to stay because they don't want to be thrown in a program where
They have to work their way up or
Yeah,
find a
and
spot
prove
on the
themselves
roster.
again.
Yeah.
they're still going to have to commit to another program, because if they don't commit to another program, then the agents are going to have a bunch of leverage when the draft process comes around. They're going to be like, oh, we're just going to give you $50,000. Like, why would you want to go to another program and work your way up? So, and then you got the other guys that they don't know what they're going to do, because I don't think they've come out with the ruling yet, whether you have to sit out a year if you transfer in the middle of the year.
Middle of the year, yeah. I think
Like you have to get a waiver or something.
Yeah,
But, like,
yeah. I mean, as far as I know, you can only transfer once your sport's been terminated and not have to. I just hit my phone. Not have to sit out.
Yeah.
So if you transfer while your sport's technically still going, then all the other rules still apply. So
Yeah.
they would have to sit out a year. But like you said, there could be waivers to that.
Yeah, and I think it would be too bad to see guys go, because I think actually we're going to be pretty damn good this year. So
I mean, I'm thinking, why not just win the whole damn thing?
what puts them moving?
Maybe that'll sway
To
them.
Major League.
Maybe that'll persuade them to keep baseball. But
I want to know how many baseball games you're going to be at this year, Anthony.
as much as I can before they cut it, because a lot of my friends, they're like, you better go to some games, or like when I told some of my friends, like, all the sports are getting cut, they thought I was joking, because I'm not going to drop names, but a friend of mine from the ballpark, he's really into Cal baseball because he knows Chris Petrini really well, and he's like, I told him baseball was getting cut, and he's like, are you joking? And I'm like, no, I'm not joking. And then another friend of mine who I sit with in center field, he's like, hey, no rugby, no baseball, no gymnastics, no lacrosse, and
Well, it's gonna be a sad senior day for some of these athletes.
oh yeah.
It's definitely gonna be a
Like-
tough season.
Like I feel bad for all the guys that are like graduating or for baseball. Like I feel bad for all the guys that are gonna get drafted maybe at the end of the year, and like Jeff Kent and Brett Jackson and Xavier Nady and all those guys aren't very happy. And I read on Facebook when I was talking to Charlie Cutler that one of the former Daily Cal baseball writers, he was basically calling the baseball alums and saying, like, what's your favorite memory? And like I haven't read the Daily Cal in about 2 days because all they can write about is the cuts, and it's hard for me to read that type of stuff like on Facebook or in the paper.
Now, you told me you needed me to bring in some tissues for this Friday corner.
Well, I don't think that's going to be a problem because I've got Paul Toboni sitting next
All
to
right,
me.
so if it was just me and you, it might have been a little different. All right, well, everybody appreciates your opinion, and I guess we got to probably close this up.
Yeah.
You want another one good thing, dude?
What?
What's your favorite private school again? The best
I
private
know,
school
best private school.
USF and Stanford.
US.
Oh, wait, we'll just cut that
whoa,
last
whoa.
part out.
USF's gonna get hooked up from it probably.
Oh,
Or
really?
Guys might go to USF.
Nice, okay.
Yeah.
What about you, since you're an SI guy?
I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, Paul's not going to say anything on record,
Okay.
that's for sure.
Okay.
He went to SI. He's
Okay.
smarter than that.
Okay.
Maybe when the camera goes off.
Okay. Well, if they can save baseball, or if they have to transfer to USF, I'll...
Make it a little better.
He'll
right?
be a little happy.
Yeah, because I usually go there for basketball, but if they have to transfer to USF, I'll have some more incentive to go there besides Memorial Gym later on.
All right, Anthony, we're closing it out. Paul, thanks for coming out.
No problem.
Supporting Anthony. And we'll see you at the next Friday corner.
I'll see you guys soon.